Joining Substack has not only changed the way I create, but it's changed how I feel about creating. I've been in the online space since 2010, and over the years, I've tried everything. Blogging before there were web analytics, just a web counter widget. Filtered Instagram photos through to short form creating for the algorithm. Facebook status updates to groups as a way to community build and share your work. Gathering emails on a paper spreadsheet to super strategic automated funnels. To the 5x5 Pinterest strategy, SEO, YouTube tutorials, podcasting, and LinkedIn. The list goes on and on. But through all that trial, error, experimenting, and learning, I found a few key acts that always supported whatever I was doing. Creating what excites me, emails and directly sharing through word of mouth recommendations, and SEO. So when I discovered Substack and saw those were the base for this platform, I immediately said, this is what I've been looking for. Maybe you've tried it all, but have never found a creative home base that feels like you either. Maybe you're considering sharing your creative expressions online, but are overwhelmed by all the different places that you could do that in. Wherever you fall on the spectrum, I want to share why I moved my creative work to Substack and how it's become my creative sanctuary. I found out about Substack in the fall of 23 and right away knew it was special. Not only can you create whatever you want there, but the act of hitting publish delivers that creation right to your community's inbox and creates an SEO-friendly webpage, so it's evergreen and searchable. And you can send it to other platforms too. If you knew me then, you know I couldn't stop talking about how smart I thought this idea was. Taking everything I had been doing for my podcast and business and consolidating it into one click of a button, genius. At this point, I was opening my own podcast studio to produce other shows along with my own because I knew I could help and there was an interest in my services. But as soon as I built my studio, I felt myself craving a creative sanctuary just for me. Not for marketing and business, not for what the platforms wanted, a place where I could play and see what it would be like to create just for myself. So I hopped onto Substack and found it to be the complete opposite of every space I was currently in. No algorithm to please or chase. No pressure to post constantly. No anxiety to perform for likes or attention. Just a simple connection between my thoughts and community. And in the absence of all those things, I realized I had spent my entire career creating for others instead of myself. I didn't even consider myself a creative. I was a business person. Substack flipped all this on my head for me. So much so that I let go of my podcast studio and producing business to focus fully on what was filling me up: my writing, video creations, and mini courses. Just like I created a physical studio sanctuary, I had now created my own online sanctuary that I couldn't wait to play in and share about. And because of the simplicity of the tool, writing, audio, video, all in one place, the community I could build there filled with real humans who wanted to hear from me, and the rhythm found on Substack where I get to set the pace, I was able to do just that. I've realized that my creative expression doesn't have to be commoditized in order to be worthy. On Substack, it's valued for exactly what it is. It's not about reach, but resonance and meaningful storytelling. And that's turned this into a lifestyle for me, a practice I come to again and again that fills my cup and doesn't feel like work, but fuel. Now I create from inspiration, not obligation, using Substack as a Swiss Army knife of sorts to create anything I can imagine. Some days it's my online journal, my podcast home, my magazine, my mini course hub, or my creative studio. On Substack, it's not about what you should post, it's about what you want to create. It's allowed me to trust my own rhythm and reminded me that I thrive in spaciousness, because creating freely, connecting deeply, and sharing at my own pace is where the magic happens. I found a deeper connection with my community now that I'm on Substack too. They reply and they care, and I feel more like an artist, less like a content machine. Substack has become my creative home. If you've been craving a simpler, more meaningful way to share your creative work, to share your ideas, and connect with people, then maybe, like me, you might want to move your creative work to Substack. I hope this video helped you decipher that. And if you're still unsure, my free PDF guide below will help you determine if Substack is the right creative home base for you. If you're feeling like, yes, this is it, I created something to help get you started. It's called the Substack Starter Kit, a simple set of slow mini courses and AI bots that walk you through how to create your own creative home on Substack. It's everything I wish I had when I started. How to navigate the platform without the overwhelm, how to find your rhythm, attract aligned readers, and design a space that feels like you. Customized and explained one step at a time with the help of my personally programmed AI bots. These creative companions will help you from setup to launching to coming up with ideas to growing your Substack. Everything you need to begin turning your creative work into something that feels like home. You can learn more using the link below.